My name is Jeff Staple. I'm the founder and creative director of Staple. I'm from New York City by way of LA. I'm here visiting Amsterdam and I'm at the OQIUM store. My mom and dad are from Hong Kong and China respectively. I think the dreams that they had for me were probably pretty typical of like the American dream. Graduate high school, graduate college, then get a really solid, reliable job. I went to Parsons and that's where I pursued and learned heavily about graphic design. Streetwear was not a word yet. This is 1996. There were like skate brands, there were hip hop urban brands, and they were like fashion brands like Ralph and Tommy, but there was no streetwear yet, honestly. Like it wasn't invented yet. But there was some brands like 555 Soul was one of the brands, Fat Farm was another brand, and Union was a store back in the day in New York City that carried 10 brands that represented like the beginning of street culture. And one of those brands was called PNB Nation. And I took an internship at PNB. They needed a graphic design intern. As I'm watching them do their thing, I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. They're using the t-shirt as a canvas instead of like a print or like a piece of paper. And I think that's still, in essence, what I do today. Even though I was like a graphic design major, I have a fashion brand now, but I never consider myself a fashion designer. I'm a communication designer that uses apparel and footwear as my canvas. I like the interactivity of like, wear a t-shirt, thousands of people see you wearing that t-shirt. That to me is a really powerful device. If the Pigeon Dunk, instead of coming out in 2005, were to come out now, it would not be the same at all. I don't think any shoe anymore in this day and age can have the impact that those shoes back then did. Timing was everything back then, so it felt very experimental, whereas now it feels very like routine. If I had to make a shoe that was dedicated to Amsterdam right now, I might do a pigeon with like 3 X's on the chest of the pigeon. That'd be my Amsterdam edition. My advice to a young designer who wants to pursue something in street culture or sneaker culture is, so number 1 is like, make sure you love the shit out of this. And number 2 is have patience. If you really love it, the patience should go hand in hand because you should want to do this for a long time. This is my 26th year of doing a brand. And people always ask me like, aren't you tired of it? Like, don't you want to like end? I'm like, no, I feel like I just started.